This would start a day in which Goku wanted to train with someone, but he had no one to train with. Then he would remember that he had promised Caulifla that he would train her someday. So he had decided to go to Universe 6. As Goku could not reach another universe with his teleportation because he did not know in which direction that planet was located, he would have no choice but to ask Whis to take him to the planet Sadala. Well, Mr. Goku, we arrived. Remember not to do anything strange while you are here. This is not Universe 7. Also, if you want to return to planet Earth, I recommend you look for Mr. Vegeta's key. It is in the direction to the south, we said, looking at Goku. Yes, I know. Anyway, thanks for bringing me here and see you, Goku said, very excited, and would fly away from Whis. I hope it does not cause problems here. Whis sighed and then left planet Sadala and returned to Universe 7. Goku kept flying and looking for Caulifla's key until he could find it. Hi, Caulifla, he greeted Goku kindly while he stopped flying. So, you finally arrived, Caulifla smiled, and Kale hid something far away and embarrassed. But if there is Kale, how are you? He would greet Goku, and Kale, he would only return the greeting with his hand due to his shyness. So, are you going to train me or what? Caulifla continued to insist excitedly. What if we fight a little, so I'll see what I can teach you? Goku proposed. Both Goku and Caulifla were in a fighting position, ready to fight. Kiabe had just arrived to witness the fight. Goku and Caulifla began to exchange blows. They did not seem to be fighting with everyone from the beginning, since none of them turned into Super Saiyan. I see that Caulifla wants to be stronger, he said to Kiabe as he approached Kale, and then looked at him. And you're going to train with him too? I asked Kale. I don't know. I'm a little scared, she replied, a little shy. Fear? Kiabe would ask, surprised. Meanwhile, in the fight, Goku connects a blow to Caulifla's face, which throws her away. She would get up furious and with courage, but she couldn't find Goku. Where did he go? Caulifla asked. Behind you, sister, Kale and Caulifla shouted and turned instantly. With what? Attacking from behind? Coward, Caulifla said, annoying. And what's the problem if I attack you from behind? Goku would ask calmly. It's not funny if I don't know where you are, Caulifla said, still angry. I understand, she laughed at Goku. You can't feel the ki of your opponent, Goku would comment. What is that to feel the ki? Curious Caulifla asked when she stopped being in a fighting position. The ki is the basic energy of every living being. If you learn to control it, you can feel the energy of your opponent, so you'll always know where you are without seeing it, Goku explained. Wait a minute. You can feel the presence of others just with the ki? Excited Caulifla would ask. Of course, Goku would answer, laughing. Teach me, please, excited Caulifla asked. Mr. Goku, I have a question, Kiabe intervened. Hey, wait your turn, Caulifla would scream. Tell me, Kiabe, Goku looked at Kiabe. The time we met, I remember you and Mr. Vegeta asked me why I didn't have a tail, Kiabe told. How is that tail? Why don't you have it? Curious Kiabe asked. You see, the Saiyans in Universe 7 are born with a tail. Both I and Vegeta take it off for safety. It turns out that if we have a tail, we transform into giant apes in each full moon, and our power increases 10 times, but we can lose control and destroy everything around us, Goku explained. Wait a minute. Giant apes? Kiabe would ask, surprised. Yes, giant apes, about 10 or 12 meters in height. I remember that once I fought against Vegeta and he transformed into one. His strength increased enormously, Goku told. Kiabe was terrified. He could see how his legs trembled. Is that transformation called Oozaru? Kiabe would ask. It's true. That's what Vegeta told me was called Oozaru. And how do you know? Goku asked, confused. There is a legend that tells of a giant ape called Oozaru. They say it was a legendary monster that terrified the universe, Kiabe told. Hey Goku, if you turn into that with a tail, why did you take it off? Doubtful Cauliflower would ask. I already told you, we could lose control. On Earth we have full moons every 28 days, Goku said. Also, because of that, one day I crushed my grandfather by accident. Goku was sad, remembering his grandfather. It's a shame that you don't grow up again. Among so many transformations, you could try to master it, Cauliflower said. Goku would be silent for a moment. He would lower his gaze. He would close his eyes. He didn't say a word, and this made everyone nervous. Hey, did I say something wrong? Cauliflower would ask, worried. Goku, very seriously, would use teleportation, since he knew where planet Earth was in the sense of Vegeta's ki, and he would leave planet Zadala without giving an explanation. Goku had just arrived at Bulma and Vegeta's house. Kakarot, Vegeta said in a bad mood, these are no ways to enter my house. Vegeta, I need to know something, and it is important, Goku said seriously. Tell me what happens, Vegeta would answer seriously. Do you remember the first time we fought? Yes, what about that? Vegeta kept asking. You transformed into a giant ape, but even so, you kept your sanity and you could talk. Surely you remember when you were transformed. You're referring to the form Oozaru. Well, of course I kept my sanity. Why wouldn't I? Vegeta asked, confused. As a child, I have transformed into that giant ape a few times, but I have no memories of it. According to what my friends told me, I lost the trial. Goku told Vegeta, it's true, Bulma who had heard everything when she arrived. Goku, I've seen you become that monster more than once. You were made a savage. You didn't react. You were an animal. Bulma said, totally horrified. When I married Bulma, I promised to cut my tail every time it grew up. The Earth has full moons very often, and if I transform, I destroy the house, Vegeta explained. Although now I've cut it so many times that it hasn't grown more in recent years. I thought you cut it too, Vegeta said, surprised. No, Kami-sama cut it definitively when I was 16 years old. It was to avoid problems, Goku told Vegeta. Kakarot, what are you thinking? Vegeta asked. Goku used teleportation, and without giving any explanation, left Bulma and Vegeta without saying goodbye. He had arrived at the sacred temple of Kami-sama, where Dende and Piccolo were. Piccolo, I need to know something, Goku said seriously. What happens? Piccolo asked, surprised by the way Goku arrived. A part of you in the past was the previous Kami-sama. He cut my tail definitively. I want to know if there is a way for me to grow up again, Goku asked. Are you crazy? Or did you hit your head? Piccolo said. You lost consciousness every time you transformed. Not crazy, I'll give it back to you. Piccolo refused. That means you can give it back to me. For the moment, I can't decide. That's Juriluse.
Goku smiled when he noticed that Piccolo had been defeated alone. What are you thinking? Piccolo asked. I want to dominate the state of Oozaru, Goku would finally say. You're an idiot, Piccolo shouted. You are one of the most powerful beings in the universe. You reached the key of a god and you still surpassed him. Why do you want more power? Piccolo said, restless. Come on, Piccolo. I just want to be stronger. Imagine that one day Beerus wants to destroy the Earth again. For that moment, I must be stronger than him, Goku said. Piccolo would observe Goku with anger, but then he sighed. There is no remedy with you. If I don't do it, you'll end up finding the way, Piccolo said. Piccolo stretched out his hand, pointing to Goku. I would pronounce some words in Mikusei language, and Goku's tail would return. Wow, that's great. Thank you, Piccolo, Goku said, laughing. Keep something unclear, Piccolo warned. There will be a full moon in 20 days. If I find out that you transform into Oozaru and destroy everything, "I will destroy the moon, as I did in the past," Piccolo said. "No problem, I'll be careful with that," Goku would answer. Goku would withdraw from the sacred temple, leaving Piccolo worried. "Anything, we can destroy the moon and return it with the dragon spheres," Dende said. "It's not about that. Think about your level of power out of control. I would destroy the entire planet before we do anything." Piccolo sighed, worried. Some days had passed while Goku trained away from everyone. He had gone to live a few days in a cave, trying to hide in it if he could not advance to the full moon. "I must master the Oozaru form if I want to be stronger," Goku thought. Goku remembered Jiren and his immense power, and everything they had to go through to defeat him. "I have to be stronger than Jiren," Goku said to himself. "The Ultra Instinct is something that consumes my energies a lot, even worse than Kaioken," Goku said. Goku would take several days meditating, always remembering the time he fought Vegeta in the past. When he had become Oozaru, finally the full moon night had arrived. Goku felt ready, but before leaving the cave where he was hiding, he meets Vegeta. "What are you doing here, Vegeta?" Goku asked, while Vegeta looked at his tail. "Piccolo told me everything. I just came to make sure you don't cause any disaster," Vegeta said. "I don't know what you thought to get out of the full moon without having anything planned in case you lose control," Vegeta explained. "I trust you will stop me if I do. Also, I doubt I can transform into Super Saiyan turned into Oozaru," Goku said. Goku and Vegeta would leave the cave. The full moonlight illuminated the whole place. Goku's eyes turned white instantly, while Vegeta quickly moved away. Piccolo had also arrived in case something went wrong. "I don't need you here. If Kakarot loses control, I can do it alone," Vegeta said, upset. "Huh, we all know that Goku beats you," Piccolo laughed, making fun of Vegeta. "What did you say, damn insect?" Vegeta shouted furiously. Goku began to transform little by little. His body grew slowly. His uniform broke completely until he reached the final form, an Oozaru more than 10 meters long, groaning like a beast. Vegeta would fly in front of Goku. "Kakarot, can you hear me?" Vegeta would ask. Goku opened his mouth, throwing a big ki attack. Vegeta tried to pass out. Piccolo said, "Don't mess with me," Vegeta shouted furiously. Goku would begin to attack Vegeta. He dodged all the attacks, simply moving in the air, while he kept his arms crossed, without meaning anything to him. "It seems that way only hinders his power," Vegeta said, and decided to attack him with a ki ray that impacts Goku's chest, managing to knock him down. "What a waste of time," Vegeta said, disappointed, but he would notice how Goku got up from a jump. Goku ran to Vegeta, trying to attack him again. Goku launched clumsy attacks. Vegeta would approach his giant face and with a hammer blow, knock down Goku. Then Vegeta decides to rise in the sky. He would join his hands, creating a ki ball that would drop down toward Goku. "It's not enough to kill you. I'll just leave you out of combat," Vegeta said. Vegeta would throw the ki ball, but just before reaching Goku, something unexpected would happen. Goku, in his Oozaru form, would take 2 of his fingers to his forehead and disappear from there. Did he use teleportation? Vegeta, terrified, asked. Vegeta would react late, and Goku was above him. With a hammer blow, he would knock down Goku, causing him to hit the ground. "Damn it, bastard!" Vegeta furiously shouted as he flew away, transformed into Super Saiyan. Vegeta decides to attack Goku. He would connect several attacks, knocking him down. I can't believe Goku used teleportation in that state. Did he really master it? Piccolo, astonished, thought. Goku would arise from a jump, causing the earth to tremble. He opened his mouth, throwing a big ki beam at Vegeta, but he dodged it without any problem. "I'm going to show you what a ki attack is," Vegeta shouted as he used the final flash. Goku, despite being in Oozaru form, put his hands together preparing a Kamehameha. When he threw it, he returned Vegeta's attack, who he was able to dodge with difficulty. "Kakarot, you did it," Vegeta said, but Goku did not answer. He kept growling like a monkey. "Kakarot, answer me," he said, as Piccolo approached him, but he would only be able to knock Goku down with one blow. "But what an idiot," Vegeta said as he went down to help him. But in that distraction, Goku held him in his hands. Goku would begin to try to crush Vegeta. "Do you really think you can crush me?" Vegeta said as he increased his ki. The Goku black coat would begin to shine. Now he was blonde and pressed Vegeta hard. Piccolo would be able to stand up, but with great difficulty. He was very badly injured by the attack. "Damn, attention! Now it's a Super Saiyan. I can't free myself, but I have to do something before he kills me," Vegeta shouted desperately, being crushed by Goku in the form of Oozaru, transformed into Super Saiyan. Vegeta could not move or free himself. Little by little, Vegeta was running out of breath, and he could die if he continued to be crushed in that way. Whis was watching Goku and Vegeta's fight from his binoculars with great attention. He was with Beerus, and they had just received Champa and Vadas Whis. "Wow, how interesting is Goku's new transformation," Whis said. "Another transformation," Beerus shouted surprised. "That friend of yours, Saiyan, never ceases to surprise us. He always has a new transformation," Champa laughed. "He is not my friend, just a mortal who earned my respect. We gods have no friends," Beerus replied seriously. "It is not a direct transformation like the ones we always see," Whis explained. "He only became a giant ape. That transformation would be complemented with the others if he manages to master it,"
Whis kept saying. "A giant ape?" Champa asked, worried. Champa would approach Whis's binoculars. He observed Goku carefully how he used the Super Saiyan in Oozaru mode. "Why that curiosity in Goku?" Beerus asked seriously. "You're a good-for-nothing," Champa said to his brother Beerus. "If that Goku turns into Oozaru, he could destroy the entire universe. I warned the god of the destruction of the Universe 6. Now that I think about it, it seems that Goku is not in favor of the reason," Whis said, appreciating the fight. Meanwhile, Goku kept squeezing Vegeta. Gohan had just arrived and helped Piccolo, moving him away from there. "Mr. Piccolo, is that my father?" Gohan asked, a little scared. "Yes, the good-for-nothing of your father lost his mind," Piccolo replied. "It can't be. He's going to kill Vegeta," Gohan said as he increased his ki, but just before going to fight, Piccolo holds him in his arm and stops him. "Wait, calm down, pay attention," Piccolo said seriously. "But he's going to kill him if we don't do something," Gohan shouted, worried. "Pay more attention, boy," Piccolo would speak louder and very seriously. Gohan was anxious to help Vegeta, but after observing him, he would understand. It's true, Vegeta only uses the transformation of the ordinary Super Saiyan, Gohan said, calmer. Vegeta can beat him if he proposes it. He's just studying it so he can dominate him, Piccolo would comment. "Kakarot, react," Vegeta shouted, but Goku was still out of control. "You don't leave me any more alternative," impatient Vegeta said. Vegeta decided to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. In the explosion of ki, he would manage to get out of Goku's giant hands. Goku would throw a hand at Vegeta, but although he connected the attack, Vegeta remained still. The difference in ki was too much. Vegeta would shout. Goku would stay still for a moment. He saw the beast breathing hard. He seemed to study Vegeta. After a few seconds, he would attack Vegeta, but this time they were not punches. They were precise punch blows. Vegeta remained still. The attacks were very weak for him. Enough, Vegeta would shout, and from one moment to another, he would reach Goku's stomach with a strong kick, causing him to fall to the ground, passed out. "Father!" Gohan would shout when he got to his side. "Don't worry, it's okay," Gohan would shout when he would hold the end of his tail and cut it with a ki disc similar to Krillin's Kaionzan. Little by little, Goku was recovering his original form. He was naked, lying on the ground because his fighting uniform had broken in the transformation. "I'll take care of it," Piccolo said. Piccolo would stretch his hand towards Goku and magically create a uniform for Goku. "It's true. I remember that you created a uniform similar to yours in that way," Gohan would shout. Meanwhile, Beerus and the others had seen it all. "In the end, everything went well," said Beerus. "Brother, I won't get into your universe, but remember that I exterminated a variant of the Saiyans with my universe's tail because of how dangerous those transformations were," said Champa, warning of the danger. "That explains why the Saiyans from Universe 6 don't have a tail and they don't know about its existence," said Whis. Beerus would remind Goku with his Ultra Instinct and with his white hair cutting up Jiren, who imagined him with his Ultra Instinct in the Oozaru form. "Okay, I think I'll take some measure," said Beerus. "Well, let's go," ordered Beerus. "Are we going to Earth?" asked Whis. "No, to the Earth's moon," answered Beerus. Minutes later, Beerus and Whis were flying over the moon. "For now, it will be the moon. With that, I think it will be enough." Beerus smiled as he dropped a small spark of Hakai energy. Hakai would fall on the surface of the moon, and little by little, the entire Earth would turn purple. "Vegeta!" screamed Bulma, terrified, and Vegeta would arrive instantly. "What happens?" asked Vegeta, alert, but he would understand when Bulma pointed to the sky. The moon shone purple, and suddenly disappeared with small flashes of that color. "That was undoubtedly a Hakai," said Vegeta seriously. "I'm sure Beerus is furious," said Bulma, worried. "Not at all," answered Beerus, who was behind them along with Whis. "When did they arrive?" asked Bulma, terrified. "Destroying the moon means you know what happened with Kakarot," Vegeta would understand. "That's right, we gods see everything," smiled Beerus. "Actually, I saw it and then I told Mr. Beerus," laughed Whis. "It's the same," screamed Beerus comically. "Do not misunderstand, Vegeta, but you transcended in your level. Not only do you possess the ki of a god, you also have overwhelming strength," explained Beerus. "I understand. Kakarot is a danger that way," said Vegeta. "Vegeta, take care of it. I do not want to see anything similar to the Oozaru. If something like that happens again, I will destroy the Earth," Beerus warned. "You can't be serious," said Bulma, annoyed. "After everything you've done for us, thanks to him, you still are alive. Or did you forget the power tournament?" Bulma commented. "Beerus is right," Vegeta said seriously. "When Kakarot came to the Oozaru form in Super Saiyan, the difference in level was too much. He forced me to use the blue form. He just thinks that what have happened if for some reason the blue Super Saiyan form, but in Oozaru?" Explained his reasons to prevent Goku from transforming again in Oozaru. Hours later, Goku had just woken up while Chi-Chi was watching him. "At last you wake up, Goku," smiled Chi-Chi. "What happened?" Goku asked, while holding his head for a strong pain. "Don't worry, you just fainted during training," Chi-Chi would answer. "What training? I don't remember anything. I said Goku and Gohan would arrive at the moment." "Father, do you not remember anything?" I would ask his son. "Now that you mention it, the last thing I remember is Vegeta watching me in a cave," I said Goku. "It's true." Goku screamed terrified. "Did something bad happen?" "Father, what you did was very irresponsible," I said Gohan something serious. "I don't know what you were thinking to decide to transform in Oozaru," Gohan complained. "Son, I'm sorry to worry you, but you have to understand it. I need to get stronger," Goku said seriously. "And at what price?" Gohan shouted, worried. Goku and Gohan exchanged tense looks. "Did anyone get hurt?" Goku asked. "Mr. Piccolo was seriously injured, but he's already better." "But that wasn't the problem," I would answer Gohan. "So what is the problem?" Goku asked without understanding. "I talked to Vegeta. He forbade you to return to transform in Oozaru," Gohan explained. "Vilf is not someone to forbid me anything," Goku said, annoyed. "Goku," said Chi-Chi, "you have to understand it. You are too strong for that unstable form. Remember that your grandfather died like that, Gohan," Chi-Chi said, worried. Goten would enter the room, and Goku looked at him carefully. "Why are you arguing?" Goten would ask. Goku, when he saw his younger son, understood everything. His need to become stronger could hurt others. "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry," Goku said. "I think I can get stronger in other ways, so I'll put aside the idea of the Oozaru transformation." Goku smiled. "Anyway, you have to know that Vilf destroyed the moon," Gohan commented. "It seems to me the most reasonable," Goku laughed. XT, from one moment to another, Goku would feel a strong headache. "Honey, are you okay?" Chi-Chi asked, worried. "Yes, it's nothing," Goku would answer, but he began to remember some things. For a moment, he remembered the exact moment when he squeezed Vegeta between his gigantic hands and he shouted his name, "Kakarot!" "I'll go see Vegeta for a moment. I'll be right back," Goku said when using the teleportation to get to Vegeta's house. Goku would comment about that image that came to his mind. The precise moment when he had it in his hands. "Or as you describe it," Vegeta commented. "I'm curious that you remember it. You were totally out of control." "I know, but I think it will be best to put that idea aside. I don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't want Beerus to destroy us either," Goku said, sighing. "Go rest, Kakarot. Your wife must be worried," Vegeta said. Goku would return to his home, and after a dinner with a lot of food, he went to sleep with Chi-Chi. "Damn, my head still hurts," Goku said. Then he remembered something again. The moment when he attacked Piccolo. "Goku!" Chi-Chi would raise the tone of voice. "Chi-Chi, what's going on?" Goku asked. He had not realized that his wife was calling him, but he had been distracted in that memory. "What if you want something for the headache?" Chi-Chi said. "Don't worry, I just need to rest," Goku replied. That night, Goku would have a peculiar dream. There was only darkness and a familiar voice that called him by his name. "Grandpa?" Goku asked. "Goku!" His grandfather's voice was heard in the distance, but he could not find him. "Grandpa, where are you?" Goku asked desperately. Then a fierce growl would be heard. "Goku, please listen to me," he said to his grandfather, whom he finally managed to see. "Grandpa, I'm here," he said to Goku, but when he approached him, he passed him as if he were a ghost. Then he noticed that his grandfather looked up. When he looked where he saw him, he looked up and saw a giant ape. Goku's grandfather did not speak to him directly, but to the ape. "Grandpa, get out of there!" Goku shouted. The giant ape would crush his grandfather with his giant foot. Goku would wake up screaming and holding his head tightly. Chi-Chi tried to help him, but Goku did not answer. "Goku, for the love of God, it's just a nightmare," Chi-Chi said nervously. Goten entered the room hearing the screams. "Mom, what's going on?" he would ask the little one. Then Gohan would also enter and observe Goku screaming while holding his head. But what worried him the most was the way his ki was increasing. "We have to get out of here," Gohan warned, worried. Gohan and Goten left their mother outside, fearing the worst. Meanwhile, Vegeta quickly woke up because he had felt Goku's ki. Kakurado's ki, but it's wild, Vegeta thought. Gohan and Goten left their mother and waited outside to see what was happening. Goku's screams did not stop. Suddenly, the house would collapse. Goku had transformed again into Oozaru. "It's impossible!" Gohan said nervously, and Vegeta would arrive instantly. "It can't be! How did this happen?" Vegeta asked Gohan. "We don't know. He just started screaming while he was sleeping," Gohan answered. "Grandpa was screaming!" Goten said. "I've never seen a Saiyan transform without a full moon, and even less without a tail," Vegeta thought, very curious and worried. Goku noticed the presence of the three. He opened his mouth to attack them with a big ki beam. Vegeta would react in time, separating Gohan and Goten. "Get out of here! I'll take care of it," Vegeta said. "What are you going to do, Vegeta?" Gohan asked. "He doesn't even have a tail to cut him." It's true, Vegeta realized, when he verified that even though Goku was in the Oozaru form, he didn't have a tail. Vegeta, in a scream, turned into Super Saiyan Blue and chose Goku directly to attack him. But something interrupted his step. Beerus and Whis appeared in front of them. "I thought I had forbidden you to use the Oozaru form," Beerus commented in a threatening tone. "We don't know how it happened," Vegeta would answer. "I'll stop it myself," Vegeta said. "It's not necessary," Beerus said seriously. "Hakai!" Beerus was about to throw a Hakai at Goku, but Gohan's blow took him by surprise, deflecting his face to one side. "Gohan!" Vegeta screamed, terrified. "How dare you?" Beerus asked furiously. Beerus would knock Gohan down, but this, before he fell to the ground, would turn at the last moment, supporting his hands and knees in the fall. Gohan looked up serious and furious. "It's like that time," Vegeta said, remembering the fight between Gohan and Cell. Gohan began to emit a flash of light around his body. "How interesting," Whis thought, surprised. "No! Don't touch my father!" Gohan would scream at the moment of flying to Beerus. Whis moved aside while Gohan attacked Beerus with everything he had. Meanwhile, Goku threw ki rays from his mouth everywhere. While those two fight, Kakarado destroys everything, Vegeta thought, worried, and would approach Goku hoping to make him come to his senses. "Kakaroto, what's going on with you?" Vegeta said. "You're supposed to be a Saiyan. You can't let yourself be ruled by your primitive instincts," Vegeta shouted. Goku would join with anger and launched a fist attack to Vegeta that he manages to dodge without much effort. "Kakaroto!" Vegeta screamed again and again, but the result was the same. Beerus had just connected a blow to Gohan's stomach, leaving him unconscious. Gohan would fall from the sky hitting the ground. What annoying boy! Although I must recognize his effort, Beerus said seriously, and then he approached Vegeta. Move! Don't bother me! Beerus ordered by stretching his hand to Goku, preparing a new Hakai. I have to do something, Vegeta thought, worried. Goku! Beerus would surprise how Vegeta addressed Goku by his human name and not as Kakaroto as he always said. Vegeta, Goku would finally say. Kakaroto, can you hear me? Vegeta said, but Goku lost control again. Beerus screamed, but nothing happened. Vegeta, call him by his name to Rickle again, Beerus ordered. Goku, insect, react, Vegeta said. Goku, Goku said again. Goku began to calm down. At least he had stopped attacking. Can you understand me? Vegeta asked. Goku, 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 Goku repeated, as if it were the only word he could say. Mr. Beerus, what are you going to do? Whis asked with a strange smile. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, Beerus sighed. Hundreds of ships would begin to appear in the sky. Goku would lose control when he saw them. It can't be. They're making him nervous, Vegeta said. I didn't think the Galactic Patrol would come, Whis would intervene. Yako had landed his ship and headed towards Goku. Then Kiabe had come to his side. Are you sure you can contain him? Kiabe asked, worried.
A soldier from the Galactic Patrol knows his limits, and this Silvio is not above them, Yako would comment. Yako would draw a white pistol. With it, he would shoot a strange, viscous net that enveloped Goku. Goku would be locked in that strange substance that would begin to shine as Goku grunted non-stop. How can it be that a simple net can stop it? Vegeta asked, surprised. It's part of the technology of the Galactic Patrol. This net has a molecular structure that drains its energy, Yako replied. Kiabe, you have something to do with this? Vegeta asked, something suspicious. Mr. Vegeta, I'm sorry, but I was the one who told Mr. Goku about the prophecy of the legendary Oozaru, and I had no choice but to try to help, Kiabe commented. Since we have knowledge of the Universe 6, the galactic patrols of both universes have been in contact and in collaboration, Yako explained. Understanding Mr. Goku's intention to become Oozaru, I warned Yako about the legend, Kiabe said. Hey, Kiabe, Beerus said something annoying? What are you doing in my universe? Beerus asked, angry. I'm sorry, sir, Kiabe said, terrified. Mr. Beerus, please, there is no time for rivalries between universes, Whis stopped. What are you waiting for to destroy it? Champa asked as he descended from heaven along with Vados. What the hell are you doing here? Furious Beerus would ask. He did not like at all that his brother meddled in the affairs of Universe 7. There is a prophecy that warned about the creation of a legendary Oozaru, so I destroyed a branch of the warrior Saiyan race that had a tail, Champa told. Don't you see, brother? You have a Saiyan who has the key of a god, who dominated the Ultra Instinct, and now he is a permanent Oozaru, Champa said, trying to convince Beerus to destroy Goku. Beerus had been serious for a moment. Although he did not want, he felt that he had to eliminate Goku for the good of the universe. He stretched his hand towards Goku, preparing a Hakai. It's a shame. He's gonna miss him. Whis said something sad. Mr. Beerus, please wait, Yako said. Get away, or I'll destroy you too, he threatened Beerus. Vegeta stood in front of Goku, blocking Beerus.
If you're going to destroy Kakarot, you will have to destroy me first, he threatened. Vegeta at the time of transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Are you sure of the position you are taking right now? Beerus asked very seriously. Very sure, Vegeta would answer. Beerus watched Vegeta challenging. It was not decided, and his hand was still extended with the Hakai ready to throw it. Yako, what plans do you have for Goku? Beerus asked. The doctors of the Galactic Patrol would study it. They will surely find a solution, Yako answered, something scared. Very well, Beerus answered, and then he would move away. Brother, you are a complete idiot, Champa said. I have made a decision, and so it will be. If something goes wrong, I will only destroy the Galactic Patrol, Beerus explained. Destroy? Yako, terrified, would ask. If the Galactic Patrol is as good as you presume, I do not see why you should be afraid, Beerus smiled. If you don't do it, I'll do it, Champa said, when creating a Hakai towards Goku. Mr. Champa? Vados raised his voice, very furious. What do you want? Champa shouted annoyingly. Remember the treaty between universes, Vados said annoyingly. If you destroy something in another universe, Zeno will disappear and I will take care of notifying him, Beerus intervened. If that thing gets out of control, I'll make you responsible, Champa threatened to withdraw with Vados. Kiabi, you better go, Beerus warned. Mr. Beerus, I just came to collaborate, Kiabe said, terrified. I know, and I appreciate it, but if Champa bothers you, I can't do anything, Beerus said. Better go, Beerus said calmly. A few days passed, while Goku was still in the Oozaru form, unable to recover the reason or the original Saiyan form. Jocko and his staff worked very hard to return him to normal. Why does he stay in that form? Jocko thought tense. Goku was in a giant capsule, adapted to his size, where he was still and floating, inside a spaceship of the Galactic Patrol. Vegeta had just gathered the Dragon Balls. Gohan and Piccolo accompanied him. It was the only hope they had to resolve the situation. Get out of there, Shenlong, Piccolo said. As always, the sky darkened after the invocation of Shenlong. The Dragon God was ready to fulfill the wish. I want Goku to return to his original form, Piccolo asked. I'm sorry, but I can't fulfill that wish. You'll have to ask for something else, Shenlong said. How can you not fulfill that wish? Vegeta said, upset. Goku's powers surpass mine. If I fulfill that wish, they will automatically transform again, Shenlong replied. Ask for something else. I want my father to recover the reason, Gohan asked. That wish is very easy, Shenlong said, and his eyes shone, fulfilling his wish. I already fulfilled your wish. Now I must go, Shenlong said. Maybe my father won't recover his original form, but the real problem, it was that he destroyed everything without reason, Gohan said. If he recovers the reason, the rest will be secondary. Gohan smiled. Gohan, you are very smart, Piccolo said, surprised. Really, Mr. Piccolo? Gohan laughed. For some reason, your idea seems stupid to me, Vegeta would comment. Meanwhile, Jocko was monitoring Goku's vital signs. These began to increase. It can't be. It can't be that he's waking up. He's totally sedated, Jocko said. Everyone in the staff would get nervous. When they saw Goku's eyes open, Jocko, what am I doing here? Goku asked, who spoke with a wild and resonant voice. Jocko? Can you hear me? Jocko said. Goku joined, destroying the capsule that contained him. The alarms inside the laboratory began to sound for a red alert. That's not good at all, Jocko thought. worried. Goku looked at his hands, realizing he was an Oozaru. "What did they do to me?" Goku would ask, upset. "Wait, Goku, we have nothing to do with it. We were looking for a solution," Jaco said, trying to calm Goku. Goku would grunt, and when he opened his mouth, he launched a ki attack from his mouth, creating an explosion in the laboratory. "Goku, wait! We're in the middle of space," Jaco said, terrified. Goku would close his eyes, and for a moment he saw the image of Beast. He put his fingers on his forehead and disappeared with the teleportation. Gohan and Piccolo were in the house of Vegeta and Bulma. Bulma had just spoken with Jaco through his communicator. "Guys, I have bad news," Bulma said. "What happened now?" Vegeta asked, open. "Jaco just told me that Goku woke up, that he could speak, and that he asked why they did that to him. Then he teleported and he doesn't know where," Bulma explained. "I told you that idea was stupid," Vegeta would tell Gohan. "Maybe he's just stressed about his condition. If we look for him, we can talk to him," Gohan said. "Talk?" Vegeta laughed. "The pure-blooded Saiyans don't solve things by talking. Go with your books elsewhere. You don't understand these things anymore," Vegeta said seriously. Meanwhile, Goku had just arrived at the planet of Beerus. "Beerus!" Goku shouted outside his castle, and Beerus and Whis left right away. "Goku," Beerus asked. "Beerus, you bastard, what have you done to me?" Goku would ask furiously. "He must believe that we are to blame," Whis said to the god of destruction. "Hey, Goku, I'm glad you got your sanity back, but we have nothing to do with it," Beerus said. "I don't know if you're telling the truth, but right now I just want to fight," Goku said while groaning as he raises his ki. Goku would transform into Super Saiyan while he was in Oozaru state. "I don't have time for this. Evidently you're still a danger," Beerus said. "Hakai!" Beerus would scream when he used the Hakai on Goku. Goku's body was covered by the energy of destruction, but it disappeared from one moment to another. "Are you trying to destroy me?" Goku said furiously when he threw himself on Beerus with a fist attack. "We'll do it the traditional way," Beerus smiled, ready to fight. Beerus would connect a kick under Goku's chin. Kicking the giant, his fall made the ground tremble. "I see you very excited, Mr. Beerus," Whis laughed. "For some reason, an emotion is being generated in me that I have not experienced for a long time," Beerus smiled. Goku would get up instantly, increasingly furious. "Beerus!" Goku would scream. Goku would begin to increase his ki in a savage way. The blonde hair of his body seemed to rise. "I think that's the form of Super Saiyan 2, Whis said, looking at Goku. Beerus would begin to attack Goku with a series of consecutive attacks. Goku was surprisingly standing. "So that's the result of the legendary Oozaru," Beerus said, excited with the opportunity to have a worthy fight. "Why don't you use the ki of a god?" Beerus asked the challenger. Goku joined his while creating a wind of energy around him. In an explosion of energy, he showed the form of Super Saiyan Blue. "He did it! He really did it!" Beerus screamed excitedly. And Goku watched his fists. He appreciated the blue fur on them. "I feel that I can still be stronger," Goku said. Goku would throw a blow at Beerus. He threw the god of destruction towards the castle, destroying a part of him. Beerus came out quickly and covered it with a violet energy around him. "Now, yes, I'm ready to fight for real," Beerus smiled, willing to fight to the death against Goku. "Whoever wins this battle will decide who lives. If the god of destruction Beerus, or Goku with his new transformation of Oozaru Super Saiyan Blue." Beerus was getting more and more excited to see Goku's strength in his transformation of Oozaru Super Saiyan Blue. "I want you to show me what you are made of," Beerus said, smiling to Goku. "Mr. Beerus," Whis said, complaining, "I remind you that the one who has the front is Mr. Goku, someone who always exceeds his limits," Whis said. "Since I became the god of destruction, I have not had a fight with a worthy rival. Let me enjoy this moment," Beerus asked. Whis would remain silent for a few minutes while watching both Goku and Beerus. "As you say," Whis would accept, although by his expression, he did it against him.
But if something goes wrong, it will be his complete responsibility, Whis kept saying. Do not worry, everything will be fine, Beerus replied. Are you going to fight or keep talking? Goku asked impatiently. Beerus, in a scream, would expel his ki. Goku would throw himself with a fist in his face. Goku loses his balance but would not fall, just a step back. Damn, Beerus! Goku shouted by throwing him a punch. Beerus would dodge his giant arm without any problem. Goku attacked as many times as possible, but Beerus dodged everything, simply moving from side to side. Although it does not seem, being a giant is easier to dodge, Beerus smiled. Goku would throw another punch, but this time, Beerus would stomp on the fist. A stomping hurt Goku's fist, causing him a lot of pain. Then he ran on his arm, and when he got to his shoulder, he would connect a strong kick to his cheek. Goku tried to get rid of Beerus, but he behaved like a mosquito that he could not kill. He threw punches everywhere, but Beerus with agility always positioned himself on some part of his body to attack. Goku, tired, would create an explosion of ki expelling Beerus. What happens? I expected more from you, Beerus would ask. It is logical to think that despite his great power, he is not used to fighting with that size, Whis thought. Goku would join his hands for a Kamehameha, surprising Beerus. Why would attack this way knowing that I can dodge it? Beerus was curious. Kamehameha, Goku said with his monstrous voice. It will not serve you, Beerus warned, prepared to dodge the attack. Kamehameha! Goku was still preparing his attack. Are you really going to waste energies like that? Beerus was confused. Goku disappeared before Beerus's eyes. Where did he go? Beerus asked, terrified. Beerus heard from the sky. Goku had launched the Kamehameha from the sky, having teleported just before executing it. Beerus would turn at the last moment. He would stretch his hands, resisting the attack. It may not be so agile, but my ki is still monstrous, Goku said. Beerus resisted Goku's attack. His hands trembled, his arms began to cramp, and a drop of sweat ran down his forehead. It's a lot, Beerus said, somewhat tired, but he was not willing to give up. But it's not enough, Beerus said when he managed to return the Kamehameha. It cannot be, Goku thought, surprised, and the Kamehameha would hit him without being able to do anything. An explosion in the sky would blind Beerus for a moment. At the end, he would see Goku's gigantic body as it fell. During the fall, he lost the transformation of Super Saiyan Blue, and then his body would begin to shrink. Goku hit the ground. Wow, it was a great fight, Beerus would sigh, somewhat tired. Whis observed Goku's body. He was with his eyes lost. He seemed dead. Then he would remember that moment when he fought against Jiren, the first time he managed to use the Ultra Instinct. Don't lower the guard, Mr. Beerus, Whis warned. It's totally out of combat, Beerus said, seeing Goku. And Champa had arrived with Vados. What are you doing here? Beerus asked annoyingly. I'm sorry, little brother, but I can't let your incompetence put in danger the other universes, Champa said, annoying. Look at it for yourself, Beerus pointed to Goku's body. I have defeated him for myself, Beerus smiled, confident. And what are you waiting to kill him? Champa shouted. Beerus would launch a laser from here that would rub Champa's cheek. I have warned you not to get in my universe, Beerus seriously threatened. Both God's brothers looked very angry. Remember that you cannot destroy him, Vados reminded Champa. And what happens if Universe 6 comes to destroy everything? Champa shouted, worried. In that case, it will be your responsibility. But at the moment, it is not. Vados said, I remind you that we are just to be aware of the situation, Vados commented. Then they heard a strange moan. Both gods and both angels observed Goku as he rose little by little. His eyes were white, and a strange steam would come out of his body. I told you, I warned Champa, you are not in a condition to fight Goku, Beerus said. Goku's jaw would begin to mutate, taking again the form of Oozaru. But they didn't expect Goku to transform into Oozaru without changing the size of his body. Goku, can you hear me?
Beerus asked carefully. I can not only hear, you also fight, Goku said to transform into Super Saiyan Blue again. Now that I have my original size, I can move freely, Goku said with his monstrous voice. Goku, from one moment to another, had connected a fist to Beerus' stomach. It's fast, we said, surprised.
Beerus would rise instantly, trying to return the attack. But at the time of throwing a blow, Goku disappeared, reappearing behind him and knocking him down with a kick. "I do not see you as confident as before," Goku said with his monstrous voice. "Do not believe you better than me just because you evolved," Beerus shouted. "Mr. Goku, do you have a moment?" we said. "What do you want?" Goku asked annoyingly. "Now that you have regained your reason, I remind you that we are not your rivals," we said. "It may be that I have regained my reason, but one thing is true. I just want to fight," Goku answered and opened his mouth, throwing a ki attack to Whis. The angel would dodge the attack without problem. "Wow, what a discourtesy on his part," we said annoyingly. "Hey Goku, I'm your rival," Beerus shouted. "You are not a rival to me," Goku said. "Now I want to fight someone stronger. I know I can be even stronger," Goku said excitedly. Beerus looked really upset, but he knew it. Goku at that time exceeded his level, and his ki increased more and more as he got used to his new form. "You're going to pay for offending the gods!" Beerus shouted as he ran towards Goku. In an attempt by Beerus to punch him, Goku holds his wrist and applies a ki, leaving him immobilized. "Boring," Goku said as he prepared a ki ball in his hand. Champa would arrive with a flying kick, knocking Goku down. Thanks to that, Beerus managed to free himself. Then Champa would try to help his brother to get up, but Beerus hits his hand. "What are you doing?" Beerus asked annoyingly. "Do not you understand the gravity of the situation?" Champa asked seriously. Beerus would remain silent. He knew his brother was right. "You can fight both of me. It would be an exciting challenge," Goku said, looking at the destructive gods of the universe 6 and 7. "You have to defeat them without wasting time, without giving the slightest advantage." "It gets stronger and stronger," Beerus said, tired. "I think I warned him a few minutes ago," Whis commented something serious. Beerus and Champa decided to attack Goku at the same time. But although their attacks looked coordinated, Goku had a much higher level when dodging all attacks without much effort. "I want to fight someone stronger, not just weaklings," Goku said by holding the heads of both and crashing them against each other. After a blow, each one knocked them down, leaving them out of combat. "Enough," Goku said when facing Whis. "Are you going to fight me?" Goku demanded. "What happens if I refuse?" Whis asked seriously. "Then I will have to force you," Goku said when preparing to fight. A flash of light that hit the ground interrupted them. Zeno had arrived accompanied by his two guardians. Beerus and Champa were terrified, while Whis and Vados attentive to the situation. "Zeno," Goku said. "Goku, what happened to you? You look ugly," Zeno said, something indifferent. "I just want to fight and get stronger and stronger, but these gods do not meet my expectations," Goku pointed to the gods of destruction. "It was very reckless of you to allow this, Beerus," Zeno warned. "I beg your pardon," Beerus said, worried. "Are you coming to fight me?" Goku would ask when walking toward Zeno. But his two guardians blocked his way to the god of everything. "You are not the Goku I knew. You are just a monster thirsty of power," Zeno said, upset. Goku would scream, increasing his ki, while his Zeno guardians, they were in a fighting position. A few moments later, the great Sarama, the creator of the Dragon Balls, would appear. "So, it's the legendary Oozaru," Sarama said. "What do you know about that?" Zeno would ask. "It is an ancient legend, where he warned that a Saiyan would become the legendary Oozaru, a being that only seeks to fight and become stronger without any sense,"
Sarama told. "Do you also come to fight?" Goku asked, excited. Sarama observed Beerus and Champa totally defeated. "I see that the legend did not exaggerate. Look how they left those two good for nothing," Sarama said seriously. "What do you think I should do?" Zeno asked. "I think you should disappear. But being honest, this is a unique event. I would not like to waste it." Sarama smiled. "I'm done talking!" Goku screamed impatiently. Goku tried to attack Sarama, but before he arrived, he flew like magic. Without giving up, he tried again with the same result. Sarama did not move, but somehow rejected Goku. "Goku," Zeno said, "you will fight my guardians." Beerus and Champa were shocked. They had never seen the Zeno guardians fight. They did not know the level they had. "It's amazing. After so many years, we will know what they are capable of," Whis thought, excited. Goku would observe both guardians, and he went to them ready to fight, and both disappeared. "Where did they go?" Goku asked, terrified. A strange light covered Goku's body, and he would scream in pain. It looked like a ki explosion that originated from his interior, creating flashes of various colors. The guardians appeared in the sky, watching Goku attentive. Goku knelt in pain, but he refused to let himself be defeated. He forced his ki with Kaioken, creating a red aura that enveloped his body. "Goku got stronger!" Suddenly, Zeno said, excited. Both guardians observed each other. After a gesture, they decided to attack Goku. Both fell from the sky with a kick. Goku would jump, dodging the attack. The impact on the ground moved the entire planet. Goku threw himself at both guardians, attacking without stopping. The guardians repelled Goku's attacks, but little by little, Goku's speed increased. "I cannot believe it! Goku is adapting to them," Whis said, surprised. "At this moment, Goku is our level," Vados commented, terrified. Both guardians throw a fist, but Goku receives both fists with his hands without giving them time to anything. But when he finally released them, he crashed them against the ground. Then he would throw a ki blast at the guardians. "At last, a real fight!" Goku said, excited. The guardians observed Zeno. They expected a particular order. "Okay, you can fight seriously," Zeno would approve. "Fight seriously?" Whis asked, surprised. The guardians expelled their ki to the maximum. The space-time seemed to distort around them. "I haven't seen your servants put on that way for a long time," Sarama said, excited, watching the fight. "The last time was when they trained with Daishinkan," Zeno would comment. "Finally, worthy rivals! I'm going to defeat them!" Goku shouted, ready to fight with all his power. He wanted to finish the Guardians and then have an unforgettable battle against Zeno. One day, Zeno would be very thoughtful about the gods he was in charge of. Then he would ask Daishinkan what he thought. "Hey, Daishinkan, I thought there was something missing among the gods," Zeno said. "I hear you, great Zeno," Daishinkan would answer. "You are the Grand Priest, and you are above all angels. But the gods of destruction do not have a supreme god of destruction," Zeno would explain. "I understand your point, my lord. But if you see it this way,